I like that. I like how you did that.
What? What you like?
I like that. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and get a share out real quick.
Mic audio. No. Good thing I know what that looks. Good thing I know what that looks like now. When my mic audio isn't a thing.
So what's going on with your mic?
Oh, I just have to import a new mic file.
All right, I got that shared on there.
I got that sharing on there. Add, add. Ba 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 boo. Boom, 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 boom. You don't know what song that is or what that's off of. Why you over here laughing?
I do
Bo
not.
bo 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 ba da 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 da.
Don't have an idea.
Yeah, that's what is it? Girl, you still got feedback.
Oh, I
Uh
gotta turn it
that's from
down.
off of Drumline. You don't remember when he finally got them to Nick Cannon and Buddy to work together, and Nick Cannon was in his room on lockdown learning sheet music.
No.
Can't expect for you to understand shows.
No, I don't really do all those.
Mm. But yeah,
Oh,
no, that
hilarious.
I don't even know why that song stuck in my head. No cap, but it's a good song.
Wish I could remember it. What are you
It's
sipping on this
I
morning?
want to say it's an Earth, Wind, and Fire song. You
What, so
remember? You
much
remember?
stuff? No, it ain't that one.
You remember when he was bro? Never mind. You just ain't gonna get it. But
Yeah, I ain't gonna get it.
his
Just
daddy had sent him, or was it his daddy, or was it his mama? One of the two had sent him like a care package while he was up in school, but it was like all old music.
mm-mm. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you humming it wrong because it don't sound familiar.
No, I'm not humming it around. If I could play it right now, I would play it right now. What's in your cup? What's your magical potion?
Got that caffeine Folgers in my cup.
Not Folgers.
Folgers it is. Best part of waking up.
Mm.
But yeah, so we gonna jump in here or
Whenever you're ready, dog. Or you
all
want me to be?
right,
You want me
well,
to be a Mike? Which one?
no,
You
but
got it.
listen here. Good morning, everyone. It's a great Saturday, so and we are back. Okay.
Hey, hey, hold on, time out. I can't stop being goofy today. I guess.
What's the
Nah,
deal?
I know you ain't seen it on. I know you don't know who it is, but it's a dude on YouTube, Crip Mac, and he was like, when he was like, "Well, good morning."
Well, good morning.
It made me think about how this dude just be talking, but nah, my bad. My bad.
You
Go for it.
fine. You
Go
know,
for it
I
again.
gotta bring that on up in here. But yeah, good morning. Welcome back, everybody, whoever's, joining us or will be joining us. Um, so basically today we will be talking about starters and finishers. And this could be all circulated around basically relationships, you know, etc. But yeah, so question I asked myself, you know, I'm just gonna say this. Am I a starter or am I a finisher? I just think that I'm both. Um, because, basically I was in a relationship for over 20 plus years and I'm gonna put my age out there. But, I stuck it out from the beginning to the end. And I'm thankful for the lessons that was learned through that, you know, through the game. I guess I'll start it like that, 'cause, or through my book, actually. But yeah, with that being said, I started off as a teenager, living life as far as what I thought was fit, and became a mother at an early age. So, and then my oldest is in his 20s, which is Chef
Uh-huh.
Boy Basquiat. I'm not gonna tell y'all his age, just like I'm not about to tell y'all mine unless y'all know me. But yeah, so I stuck that relationship out. I'm not gonna say I finished it, um, but I finished it where it needed to be finished. I'll just say it like that. But we made some accomplishments through those 20 years. We had our downfalls through those 20 plus years. And I just might say that, I think I'm a contender for both a starter and a finisher because I go for the longevity.
Mm.
But yeah, so before I get all up into my spiel, I would like to ask you, do you think you are a starter or a finisher, Chef Boy?
Um, I mean, currently, I guess because of certain circumstances, currently, I would be a starter because I haven't finished. So to per se, but well, relationshiply, like relationship wise, I am a starter. But in life, I feel like I'm a finisher because I like to see things through. I don't like to put things down until they're actually finished and figured out.
Mm-hmm.
You know that being my mama. But
Mm-hmm.
like if things don't challenge me, if things aren't, like I understand that going into things.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I like to finish things. But just relationship wise, yeah, relational. I'm still in the starting phase. I give myself that, even though, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. I mean, long as you know that you have it in you. And the reason why I basically said I think I am a finisher because through those times, not only through my 20 plus relationship, I had a relationship after that that lasts for like 5 plus. So when I'm in something, I want to finish, whether it continues or whether it ends. I just know that through those processes, I learned something and basically, want to get that push from that significant other that I'm in the long haul with, as far as if I have whatever goals or accomplishments that I would like to do, or have done in my life, I want to push that same person I'm with to, sorry, y'all. I
She
want to push
popular.
the
She
person,
popping.
the person that I'm with, I want to push them just as well. But when you don't get that push, it's like, you're kind of sitting, waiting, hoping and praying that things kind of change within that whatever situation is going on while you stop. But so when you say that right now that you're a starter, do you feel like you started off well through and then through your continuance, do you feel like it was like a good start? You should have started it, or how do you feel?
Um, honestly, I, yeah, honestly, I should have started it. Everything was good. Everything wasn't all bad. I would just say that, like, looking at the situation, like away from it, being away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for one, there's a lot of immaturity. I feel like along that way, a lot of things was lost and a lot of things were discovered, and people, both parties included, just weren't what their starting selves were. I feel like we grew in different ways that wasn't appealing to one another no more. So, you got me? So,
Mm-hmm.
like, for me, towards the end of it, and still currently, I feel like I'm finding my stepping stone as far as like stepping out of what was my fear, just suppressing personality
Mm-hmm.
and being myself. like it's not enough room in a small spot for two big personalities is how I take it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I mean, after a while, it seems like I don't know. It just I don't know if it was personality. I don't know, but that's just how I feel. We just grew apart.
Okay, well, as far as when you say grew apart, I can say that deep inside, everybody know, well, most people know that, okay, they know how kind of big and like the personality they have. And when you're with someone who, like when you're starting off, when you're with someone, they try to intake that big personality to where as if you're looking at them, their personality is just the norm, if that makes sense. Meaning,
No. I say my situation. Well, because when me and her first got together, like personality wise, I was more laid back and whatever. And then me meeting new people, I'm always quiet. I'm always reserved, and I don't conversate. I don't communicate. I don't like to be seen because I'm still filling out the atmosphere, filling out the people.
right?
But then when I fill out people, atmosphere, and all of that, won't. And you know me, like
Hmm.
people always feel whenever I get acclimated to this place, like people feel like I feel like I'm high and mighty. You know what I mean? Which I mean, at this point in life and where I'm at, you feel like I'm high and mighty. I'm high and mighty. Do something with yourself. But
Yes.
and you know, like once I started to not tag along to things and be like, nah, I'm good. It got weird,
Mhm.
and then I started to, I guess, be uh I don't know. I can't speak for an individual, especially when like I mean, people got words and people feel how they feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I already
Yes.
it's hard to say because I already got I wouldn't say closure, but I got answers in certain areas, and sometimes they line up, sometimes they don't. But I
Hmm.
leave them at where they at, just because
Hmm.
life is life.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say this, like, say for instance, when it's like you say, you start off, you fill people out. Well, in my time and things, like it's like it don't take me long to figure things out or figure people out. I'll just say it like that. So even when I was in my first long relationship with your dad,
Mm-hmm.
it was just like, I know it was people around, meaning it could be family that really didn't like me, because they basically didn't know who I was as a person because when you seen him, you seen me, and that
Mm-hmm.
just was us. But he knew who I was, and he knew like basically all the things that I had within me. So, you know, I could say for sure one thing that he did try to push me in areas that I was fearful of. So that made me kind of be
Hey,
a better person.
well,
So
I'm not. I know the answer. Well, I don't know. I really don't know. So whenever he would try to push you in those areas, how did that make you feel? Was it like some angst? Was it did you want to pull away from that? Like the uncomfortability, I understand, but like how did that actually make you feel, and how did you react to that? Just because
well,
how I feel out of my yeah.
truthfully speaking, like I just seen like in the thing of it all, like competition is at play in relationships sometimes. So
What
I just feel like
competition?
meaning like since you like both of us was two strong forces to be reckoned with. I'll say it like that. So when I see him beast moding and whatever his choices or stuff what to do, I'm thinking like, hey, I better step up my game because yeah, of course I had high anxiety, but did I want to show him that? No. And if I didn't want to push myself in that area, I didn't, and he didn't pressure me about it. Like, oh, okay, well, he didn't even say anything. It was just the point that we're okay. Well, it's up to you if you want to do something like that or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, some things that I did put myself just set back. Like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna be able to. But he still was, try to give me things that be like, hey, since you still working on it behind the scenes, let's keep on doing this, investing in this or whatever. But I just say, like, let me go back to the competition part. There is competition in relationships. It might
Would
not
you
be
say that it's
spoken.
competition, or is it wanting to stride together? I don't think it's competition. I just think that it's if
Well,
you see somebody doing something and it's not even it's just the go-getter spirit, or another go-getter sees a
well,
go-getter, like, you know what I mean?
yeah, but not a competition to where we are envying each other. It was just like, like you pass the ball, you pass the baton. Like, okay, are you gonna keep catching it or are you gonna drop it? Or, just
You can
things
tell
that
you
I'm
never ran.
just
You can tell you never ran track before. She said passing and catching it. Okay.
okay,
Well,
well,
no.
the ball,
Never
the
mind.
ball.
You're right.
I
You do the
said the
pass off.
ball, the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Or are you gonna make that shot? You know what I'm saying? So whoever makes the shot first, okay, we still gonna apply them, or we'll apply to each other, but it's still, at the same time, it's like, okay, did I do good? Like, was that good enough for you? This and that and the third.
So,
But
just because we can hop off of relational for a moment, just because the thing that you aspired and started when I was younger, of course, was, would you just call it overall cosmetics? Because you did a lot. You did hair. You did, you know what I mean?
yes.
Beauty. You were in beauty. Okay.
Yeah.
The starting of that, and why do you think that you finished that area, or did you just grow tired of it?
Well, for certain, no, I didn't finish that area because of, like I said, I was still growing, I was still young, still growing, still in fear of what the outside world thought, so that kind of pushed me back a lot too,
But
more
what was the
insecurity.
fear, though?
Fear was, am I that good? Um, are people gonna really like my work? Um, and yeah, I had a couple of clients, faithful clients at that, but it was still at the time like, I don't know. Like, is this really what I want to do? Like, I was in a undecisive mode, but I still try to put within. And if I didn't put it morally on my clients, then I put it on myself. I'll put it just more and more into myself. Like, but I don't
Hey,
think I finished that. I
it's
did
your
not.
fault. It's your fault that I could walk around somewhere and not a sprit be in sight, and I'd be like, "That smell like sprits."
Yeah, that's one of the things, but even that's funny because even after me and your dad and I went into a relationship with someone else, even I was, kind of doing here there, but I don't think like in that relationship, like it wasn't a push. It was just like, oh, okay, dang, she doing her thing, she's getting it how she get it, in my opinion. But it was still like, okay, maybe I should stop this, like, and that's basically when I kind of stopped
Would you
doing
would you
hair.
say that it was a passion, or do you just think that it was just something that you was used to growing up? You know.
Well, it was sort of both. It was morally what I was used to because, I had younger siblings. I used to do their hair, try stuff in their hair. Sometimes even do my mom's hair, things of that nature. And, so it was something I was used to. I wanted it to be my passion, so I thought, but it really wasn't because it was more that I should have been doing and could have been doing. But I just told myself, nah, that's not for me. It's not for me. And
So
yes, yep, you
you had
got
a
a good
question.
one.
What was it? Yeah, yeah.
So like, say for instance, like, okay, yeah, you went to college, you was on a whole scholar, and I'm just being honest, and ready. You was ready. You know what I'm saying? You knew what your head was on. You knew what you was going for because that was your passion
Mm-hmm.
at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you went, worked hard, work hard to get where you was wanting to get the shirt, to try to get on to the field, da 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 da.
Uh-huh.
How did that make you feel as a starter? And do you think that you finished at your best?
Um, honestly, honestly, if it wasn't for in what is it? If it wasn't for in ninth grade, Coach Davenport coming to open gym, I would have stopped
Mhm.
playing football in ninth grade.
Okay.
So I was done. I was done mentally in ninth grade. And that just carried through just because I was like, oh, okay, I'm doing this. And once I started, I couldn't stop. Like, of course, I had injuries, but after a while, I started to get fun again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a moment in what? Oh, no. So my last year during the recruitment process, I started to feel like, I guess that's when I got the feel of football being more than football, because during the recruitment process is weird because when you're getting recruited, they'll tell you anything. They'll tell you a lot. So for one, it made me feel like for one that I was getting lied and manipulated, you know what I mean? Pimped in a
Mm-hmm.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so during that whole process, I was just wishing that it was over. So when I made my decision, it wasn't a wise decision. Um, and I decided to go with the school I went with. And then when I made it up there to the school, everything was cool, just the atmosphere, just being away from home.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go through homesick, and then you hit that wall, and when you realize like, yo, like I was only playing football in school just cause it's football, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like mind you, I was mentally done in ninth grade, and then um yeah, I got red shirt, which I was like, ah, cool, I got red shirt. I really didn't even care. Like I came to camp out of shape that year. Um and then fast forward through that whole season of just being practice. That's one night wasn't even the summer. Halfway through, like I was like, dog, I was like, I really for one don't rock with this coach. I don't respect this coach. I really don't know if I want to put my body through this because I genuinely don't care. Like I hit a ninth grade, I was done, but I didn't know why I was done. I can say 12th grade going into my freshman year, I realized that I didn't play football for me ever. It wasn't like football wasn't for me. Like I only
Mm-hmm.
played just because my grandfather was into football. We watched football. My daddy loved me playing football. And after a while, I was like, all right, my daddy always got to see me play Pop Warner.
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa never really came to a game. You get what I mean? When
Mm-hmm.
I was in middle school, whatever, you get what I mean? But of course,
Mm-hmm.
that was, I guess, scheduling of work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so then I really started analyzing, like, yo, dog, when have you ever played a snap of football for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I realized like I much rather would watch than play. I'm tired of putting my body through this.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. I was like, yo, no, I'm gonna give it one more chance. And I had switched positions in the off season. Well, before the off season in spring ball, I had switched positions another time, and I just didn't show back up. I was like, I'm done. And then I just
Mm-hmm.
dropped out of school altogether because it's like I really didn't care about going to school. I only went to school for football. Like, truth
Mm-hmm.
be told, if I didn't have to go to school to play football, I'd have never went to school from high school. Period.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um. So yeah, I would say that spiritually I finished, but physically I didn't finish just because it just wasn't for me no more.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one. I just want to go back to when you said like, hey, you wasn't playing football for you. So I'ma just go here. Just like in my long haul, in my long relationship with your dad,
Mm-hmm.
in the starting point of it, it was for me. Like, okay, this is me. This is us. We about to have this family. Then as y'all grew older, as we grew older, things change, we change, feelings change, up and down roller coaster. So it got to a point in the last, couple of years ago, not even gonna say a couple of years ago, but I'm not even gonna put a time on it. But it got to a point where I'm not in this relationship. I'm going back to relationship. I'm not in this relationship for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in it for you and your sister. So that made it seem like, hey, let's just stick this out, do it for the kids. But I think I was more into that, sticking it out and making sure y'all had both parents,
Yeah, but in
around.
life and relationship, I was gonna say don't you think, but realistically, a lot of people lie to themselves. In my relationship, I lied to myself many a times. Like,
Yeah.
When things run their course, you just go, I don't want to quit. You got what I mean? And that's where my spirit is at.
Yeah, that's where I was at.
Yeah, that's where my spirit was at. And that's why I guess, I mean, when I was proposed with a divorce, it was just easier for me to be like, oh, okay. And it's because partially I already foreseen that, like, I understood I wasn't happy. And I was like, if I'm not happy, obviously you can't be happy. And where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So in line with yourself, like, I have a very bad trait just because I don't know if I like to expose people for people, right? Like, I like to give people enough rope to see how far they're gonna go to hang themselves. You know what I mean? Like, people, I don't think people realize and see. Well, no, people know, especially people that, like, you have takers and you have receivers, you know what I mean? And you have doers. And I would say that I'm a doer because I don't expect from people.
Right.
I don't care to expect from people. Right. Like, the only thing that I would expect and care to receive, honestly, is you be a stand-up person, 100% real, authentic person, right? I would much rather you tell me, hey, yo, dog, I'm this type of person, and you tell me, hey, I'm probably gonna do you greasy. I respect that. If you come straight out, like, I respect that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think people are authentic with themselves. Like, and I mean, I can speak for me. Like, a lot of things about myself I wasn't comfortable with, but now I really don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's dangerous when you move into the realm of don't care in a positive manner and don't care in a destructive manner. Like, I was living in a don't care destructive manner, but now, like now that I don't care, like, you can ask me anything and we just gonna be there. You know what I mean? But at first it was like reserved.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it too, because, like you say, when people aren't authentic with themselves, and you basically, when you call it out in a relationship and the person just basically brush it off and still make you to be the bad guy, put you down in a low space because you steady trying to give a chance, or chance after chance, as far as like, okay, don't you see what's in front of you? Don't you see what you got? But that really don't matter when a person's not so much concerned from the beginning, but they just get in to see what they can get out of, like you say, taker. They can just get in to see what they can get out of it. But
and then you have, like, just because I know if this ever falls on particular eyes, like, it's not a shot. You know what I mean? People aren't 100%. Well, some people are 100% takers, but in my situation, it wasn't that. Excuse me for burping.
I didn't hear that. No.
I don't know. It just got weird. I can analyze my situation a million different ways, but all in all, like, it's like my situation started in a failing situation. Like, I knew where I was at in life, and I feel like the want of a relationship for the other way, the other party was bigger than reality. And then for me and where I was at, like just emotionally and all of that, I knew where I was at. But then also like learning a person's personality and like who they actually are or who they present to be, especially in that time, like compared to then and now, like I feel like I ended with a whole different person than who I started with, and probably vice versa. You know what I mean? She probably feels the same way,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't. I think like it's not even think tendencies and habits changed, and of course
Yeah.
that's normal. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I feel like the only thing that could be harped on for me is, which is always the thing, is my attitude or my people say anger, which um, but yeah. So real stuff. Nah, I be having to contain what I be wanting to be open with and about because
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
still I'm still a person that I wouldn't say I'm petty, but I just if we're gonna conversate about it, I like to finish it, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so kicking it back to you because you like to
Yeah.
bring up dual your two relationships.
Yeah. Because that's the
Um,
I'm talking about some.
would you say you finished your second situation, or how do you analyze that situation?
Oh, well,
Or sorry, let me use Jada's word, entanglement.
basically. I say on the second relationship situation, entanglement, it was morally like, I don't know. I guess I have a big heart and a big heart for people because I accept people for who they are, how they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not looking to change nobody because I just want people to be real with themselves. So it was just to a point to where it started, and it started weirdly to be exact. Because, well, I'm not going to break that all down, but it started weirdly. So then, feelings grew, started becoming attached, and then it really went through a patch of like anger. Like I turned angry, like I was angry in
Mm-hmm.
that relationship. Um,
Ooh,
I
let
don't
me
know.
ask
It's
this. Pause,
uh-huh.
pause. Because
Hmm.
I did think about this. This is a premeditated question because I've been thinking about this topic for weeks.
Okay.
So because in my situation, like we talking about starters and finishers, but in the starting process and the finishing process, like there is regression, there is damage, there is, setbacks.
Uh-huh.
And I know in my situation, there was countless setbacks, of course, caused by me. And, you know, I'll say vice versa, but,
Hmm.
um, and can you point to any area or would you like to speak on any area in which that you feel like you caused regression or there was regression or damage caused?
When you say cause, is it caused by the individual
No,
or
we're gonna talk
just
about us.
okay? So with me, I think it just carried on from where I left from and the changes I had to go through from the previous relationship. So it kind of dragged over into that, but it's like in the previous relationship, I didn't really express much regression. I was just steady, pushing, wanting to work, wanting us to grow, wanting us to glow. But that didn't happen. But in the second one, like it was just up on me, like it carried on me. It was like a weight on my shoulders in that relationship, and I was trying to basically, you know, see if there was some type of relief that could be given to me, even though I just learned, I basically learned I had to give that relief to myself and release those things that I was holding on to. That's probably another reason why that relationship wasn't quite peachy keen. But it was just like it just was on me. It carried over, and then it just, no matter how no matter how much me or the other person even overlooked it, it still was there. So I guess if you might say, well, I never healed from the previous. So it was just like, it wasn't good. I mean, I thought it was gonna be good, but then in my heart, deep down in my heart, I'm like, oh, this is not gonna be good. No matter what I accept, no matter what he accepts, it's not gonna be good. Like, I was already aware that was just gonna be, but yeah, I just, it was a lot of regression.
Yeah, don't start that today. Yeah.
That's my word. Yeah. I mean, it's yeah.
I had to put you on a
But yeah,
counter.
yeah. But yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say is I finished that, as far as we going back to relationships. I finished the last relationship because I got to a point where I was wanting to go to a more peaceful state mentally, from my past to what we brought amongst each other in that relationship. So I just wanted to get away. I walked away. Me, I walked away. I had to walk away because if
Mm-hmm.
not, things would have got real. The picture just wouldn't have been pretty.
You didn't do your
So,
Jennifer. You didn't do your Jennifer Hudson.
no, I did not. But I just had to walk away because I just knew the person and, well, the thing that was inside of me just was ready to just bust out. Like, it's time for me to break out. Like, boom, like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I did. I broke out so I could blossom what was inside of me for years. So, and they seen it.
Mm.
But yeah, so
So
for you, okay, go ahead.
no, go for it. Go for it.
So for you, in that instance, like, since you were saying like, okay, yeah, you know yourself, you really hate that it got to the point of having to be divorced.
Yeah.
Do you think if you would have stuck it out, accepted things, try to go far to see if anything else would basically change or evolve, or did you just basically know in your heart that things just wasn't going to be any different than what it is or
Nah.
was?
So before I was proposed the divorce, we were arguing, and what? I don't know if it was in the midst of I think it was just a fresh day one day, and
Hmm.
I had woke up like I was missing the bus, the train, or something.
Oh.
And we was talking, and I told her basically like, "Yo, dog, like I'm tired of putting things off. I put things off and put basically things that I wanted to do off in my life for so long. Like
Hmm.
come this date, I'm doing all the things that I said I wanted to do, and I'm out of here. You know
Okay.
what I mean?" And I told her, which it was blunt, but that's just where I was at, like raw emotion. And I was like, "Yo, dog, you stuck on things, you looking back at things. I ain't got time to be looking back. And if you want to
Hmm.
stay looking back and be with what you comfortable with, do that. But
Yeah.
you fall down and get lost in the look back. I
Yeah.
can't stop. I can't stop. I like legit can't offer you to stop and drag you across the finish line that I see for myself. You know what I mean?"
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
in the time of saying that and whatever, that's when it was, you know what I mean? That's when the divorce was proposed, which
Yeah.
rightfully so, I could respect that, seeing it that way. But
Yeah.
if we ever talk about that, we'll talk about that. But
Yeah. We'll talk about that. But
um so if I don't think it was any more room to see if things was gonna change. It just is what it was, you know what I mean? And also because like I said, like gratefully, like the time away from her and being apart and not being together, I got to learn myself on a deeper scale. I got to learn my emotions on a deeper scale. I got to learn how to remake myself happy, especially not even associate myself with people. Like
hmm
um for so long it'd be like, "Oh man, I'm bored. What I'm gonna do?" I got friends.
Mm-hmm.
Well, have friends.
Yeah.
Which
Right.
um, which yeah, and then also like it's the difference between being in a relationship with someone that seeks to understand rather than look at your flaw or look at what you don't and what you like. You know what I mean? Like, because for so long in that relationship is, oh, you don't got friends, and I'm like, nah, dog, I got friends. I just don't choose to communicate with people. Like, nah,
Mm-hmm.
I just need peace. And then
Yeah.
like for me to be like, oh, I just need peace.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was, and it's also just wasn't communicated. Like home in that relationship wasn't peace a lot of the times. Like
Okay.
it's a
Yeah.
thing to go out and fight the world and be a black
Mm-hmm.
man in the world and then come in and of course you got home, you got expectations, yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think it was a layer of understanding like I need this to be peace.
Yeah.
And like granted, you going through something, you feel something, you got an emotion. All right. But I don't think it was ever like, yo, he's feeling something. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think it was
Mm-hmm.
room to breathe. And that was
Mm-hmm.
just because she enjoys trying to fix to
Okay.
a fault, I guess. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so no, I don't think like even thinking about which I came to this conclusion literally this week. I don't think it's a situation where I could, even though like in the month ago, a few weeks ago, I would have wanted to double back to it. I don't think I could double back to it and even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I just understand and understanding where my personality is and where it is going and where it's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
I would have just been lying to myself when I had, you know what I mean? When I told her like, yo, I can't deal with you looking back and being stuck in place and then drag you across the finish line. I would lie to
Mm-hmm.
myself. So I
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah.
So
That'll be more damage. But
well, it wouldn't be damage. It'd be where I'm at in life. I'm saying this is my conquering time. I got a lot of things that I've told myself no about and lived in fear on it. And basically just going
mm-hmm.
out and doing like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about doing this, do it. You know what I mean?
Do it. Yeah.
And it's gonna sound harsh, but it would be like eating a turd sandwich to go out and do the things that I know I really wanted to do and doing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then falling into a situation all over again, and a person can only see what was and not what
Mm-hmm.
is, and compare you to
Yeah.
what was, and
Yeah.
compare you to all of the negative things and want to live in negative. Which
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it may not go that way, but I don't want to find out. I don't want to live
Right.
in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do. I know what you mean. Cause I mean, cause I do. I know what you mean. I'm just taking it all in so I
Yeah, not
can,
like perfect picture, like genuinely just strip all the negatives away. She a great person,
hmm
but
hmm
looking at it, it just wasn't the time for us to. Well, it was the time, but it can't be a double back.
hmm
Selfishly,
Yeah. So it's no finishing, basically, is what you're saying. It's it's no.
the only thing that could finish our situation is I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's the unknown. But I'm gonna just say, me just saying, piggybacking off of that. Um, I don't think I want to go there. But just off my last relationship, because I would have got all emotional. But just because of my last relationship, I don't think I could double back because, like I said again, I was a lion in that
Yeah,
relationship.
I was gonna ask you if you feel like you walked into the situation with broad shoulders.
Yeah, I was a lion. And I think I came out too powerful, but I think it was like to me, I thought that maybe that he was trying to bring that power down, because I knew I had me like like I say, it was a beast inside of me that wanted to come out. Not no mean beast or nothing like that. I just knew it was something else. Like I could be doing something else. And if it's meant for me to be alone and do it, because I also see that individually, once I start something, I can finish it like individually. And it's sad to say that in some relationships, meaning, I've never been married, but some relationships, you do better by yourself. And like I say again, when that, I'm gonna say for the single people out there, when that one comes along, you'll know, because
Well,
they wouldn't
no,
try to.
don't say that. It's just you
You
have.
will know. You will know, because if you already been in previous relationships, right?
You
And not
can't
saying
you
that you,
can't you can't say that in today's day and age. You got to realize a lot of things is microwave. It's dangerous dating out here, but you got microwave
it don't
mentality.
come
You
my
got
way.
you
Just don't
got
come my way.
hey, you got instant gratification seekers. Once again, guys, this ain't a shot. This just how I feel
No
about
shots,
life.
just opinions.
You got instant gratification seekers. You got people that a lot of people say they want to work for things until they got to work for things. And then it's just like, nah, I got to be an easier way. So you have to go into situations and understand, yo, dog, I'm going to have to work. I'm going to have to do it. You know what I mean? And then also, like, for me, in a sense, like going into a situation, like, I can't go into a situation and be like, well, this is my ball and I'm going home and shut down. You know what I mean? Because I did that a lot. I shut down a lot. And yeah, so don't be like, oh, you'll know. Like, yeah, you'll know the person that you want to endure and go through certain things with, but you also got to understand, like, yo, dog, some things I got to get over. I got to get over myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got to look at things hindsight 2020. Like, you can't look at one-sided things. You got to look at what you're doing wrong too. You got to be honest with yourself.
You got to be transparent. You got to be able to, yeah. I mean, I'm being honest with myself. The reason why I say you'll know is because the more and more, like, say for instance, I'm in isolation, if that's what you want to call it, as well as you right now, so it's just
I'm not in isolation. Listen, I hate that notion. One thing for certain, or one thing for sure, two things for certain.
Solitude.
Let me say it like that.
I'm gonna say solitude.
It's not even that. Like, I can get if you don't communicate with nobody, if you're not communicating at all, and you self just shut down, right? Mm-hmm. Isolation. But if I choose to not, just because of where I'm at, dog, I'm selectively choosing who I'm around. If I feel like we go hang out and then we hang out, or you come around and then at the end of it, I feel like if I'm at a high and then I meet you and we hang out and we in the same space, or if I talk to you and I drop all the way down here, I'm not talking to you no more. It'll be a time I check in and I'm right back out.
Yeah.
So I hate that isolation. And
when you're very decisive of who you choose to be around or having your presence, it's a whole different ball.
Look at me,
it's to the point. It's to the point now. It's to the point now. Like, you want to be careful who you bringing in now. I'm gonna just say that.
Yo, dog. Hey, all 2022, y'all gonna respect what I'm saying, or y'all gonna hate me. Honest opinion, man. Mm-hmm. I feel like the world is full of, I can say it now, for everybody in this meta universe, everybody that's prepared for this metaverse. Mm-hmm. I've been feeling like for a lot of the times, and I will not associate, and I will disassociate myself from bots. I don't mess with bots. I don't like group thought. If you're a group thinker and you can't think for yourself, this is random and off topic.
That's all right. Go.
If you can't think for yourself, if you can't go, hey, yo, I had this thought and I believe this, and you seek the actual, if you seek it, you seek your actual fact, your truth. You know what I mean? If you can't go, hey, yo, I believe this, but if you scroll on your timeline and somebody can say, hey, yo, it's raining today, and you looking outside and you see it's clear, you be like, yeah, it's raining. I don't want you around me. I don't want you around me. Just
right. Yeah, no, that.
That's just where I'm at spiritually with me. Mm-hmm. And I'm open enough to say that now. Like at first I was like, oh, this person is a bot, but people telling me that I'm rude. I'm gonna just be rude.
Yeah. But with that being said, of course, besides the metaverse, you still have to let people be people, because that's the thing of
Yeah, I'm gonna let people
what
be
people.
people.
But at the same time, don't let people just like feed you anything. Like like you said, this is where the bus stops. You got to get off, basically, because
Yeah.
it's time and a place. So, but as long as you don't have to go home with these people
Yeah.
and then deal with that type of stuff. But like I said again, once they see, I'm gonna just say, like, once people see who I am for me, and if we plan
I'm
on
laughing. Hold on, time out. I'm laughing because remember I told you when you be going like this, you be looking like your daughter.
like this, do I look like her for real? No, just kidding. But but I just feel like, from me and my standpoint, whatever I do decide to start next, there's no question.
No,
I'm
hey yo,
finishing. And I'm
even
gonna
on the
be I'm gonna be a finisher in the end.
hey, even on the topic of starting and finishing, dog, like do you know how difficult it is or it was to
Mhm.
start a podcast? Alert for everybody listening and that's gonna listen. I'm gonna explain the purpose of what my podcast is and why I did it. So starting a podcast where you want to be transparent about everything, life, you just want to strip it all down. You just want to be a vulnerable man. Just show the world what a vulnerable man talking about feelings, thoughts. You got me?
Yeah.
And just being open in the world and creating a space for men to just come and be like, yo, dog, this, all right, I can say how I'm feeling. This dude saying how he feel, I'm gonna say how I
Hmm.
feel, and just building that
Hmm.
community, right? And for
Yeah.
women to understand, like, yo, dog, dudes go through this, dudes feel this way,
Yeah.
dudes view us that way. We're
Hmm.
doing this, or they think we're doing this. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
And to be in a situation where you become unsure of a lot of things, and you don't want to vocalize a lot of things
Hmm.
because you have to be considerate of a lot of things, because then if you say too much, then A, you're being rude, or A, you're exposing too much, or well, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it was a lot of picking up and then dropping it, picking it up
Hmm.
and dropping it. To where a lot of the times I'm like, yo, dog, I'm just done with this podcast.
Hmm.
Like I
Hmm.
wasn't gonna finish it. But then I like
Hmm.
slowly started visualizing once again how I really seen it going. And that's why I was
Hmm.
perfect when I just reached out to you and jokingly was like, yo, I'm gonna bring you on the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, no one knows me better and closer and
Hmm.
understands me like you. So if I was to get on here and BS, it would be a
Hmm.
waste of my time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
understand it. Yeah. But that's why I was like, I was shocked. Like, for real, me? Who, me? People that don't love people that ain't a people person, me.
uh-huh.
But I just feel like, okay, it's needed anyway, and then, like you say, I mean, it's basically, I mean, forget that. I mean, people expose you, exploit you. So why not? And not saying it in a bad way, but you got to say how you feel. Your feelings are important too, just like
Yeah.
mine's are, and the next person. So whatever you're want to go for, you have to, like, not so much have somebody like on your bandwagon, but if it's for them and it's for them, But if it's not for them, fine. Or if they see it going a different way, then that's when they should speak up. But for me, as for me, being your mother, and me knowing how much this brain has all this juice up in there and
Yeah.
some
Hey,
power, it's
I got
like,
I
let
gotta
that
insert
out.
I gotta insert the Kanye verse when he say I forgot better ish than you ever thought of, because that's really me on a consistent basis.
All right.
But
But
yeah,
no, I mean, but that's just cool. Like I said again, it be a lot of things that I be wanting to like collab on, and like that's when it goes back to that. when you start something, like I still say, it's always still some type of competition. It's not gonna
Key
be
Sherry Day books coming in 2023, guys.
get ready, get ready. But yeah, so it's just like, I be wanting to help people. I've been a person that is like a supporter, no matter if I don't know what you're doing about whatever. So when I start that, I'm gonna say that's the start of finish too. But when I just don't see any reciprocation, which you're not gonna get from me, I've learned that today. But I had to stop support, and I can respect the next person who would not like to support anymore, this and that. But when you just feel like your time is wasted in certain situations, that's when you have to exit. You have to go somewhere else. But then when you do that, of course, you're gonna have the ones that, oh, okay, well, where they at? Where they not supporting her? Why they stopped? Why they didn't finish? But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like I'm still supporting you back here. I could be doing other things, praying, hoping, wishing for you, hope the best for you, but just don't make it seem like
You
I
talking?
gotta just keep on keeping on, But like I say, what's for you is for you, whether
You
you
wanna
started or finish it.
if the shoe fits, but you wanna know what I hate is the people that this gonna go back on when we talked about it. What is it? 3 episodes ago now, because we did the Christmas and so 2 prior episodes
Mm-hmm.
when we was talking about how how people poke in like, oh, I miss you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but then they always want to be close and in the know of your life. They want to know detail oriented life. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But
Mm-hmm.
then when you tell them something that's big for you and it's a stepping stone for you, it's
Oh
just like,
yeah,
oh, congratulations.
barely.
Yeah. Or,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so happy for you. Real just faint and you feel it.
Uh-huh.
It
Uh-huh.
they can say it loud, but you feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And um yeah, I just learned. I am learning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, hey yo, I mean, I'm doing this small thing, and I just let you run with that. You know what I mean? Or I'll
Mm-hmm.
be like, oh, I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure about it. Like, play
Yeah.
coy about certain things,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
also learning that you gotta eliminate to where like you could just be like, hey yo, this person around, they a grinder, they understand, they doing it,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I plan on talking about manifestation culture and what people think it is and what
Yeah.
it actually is, because people don't know, hey yo, I can speak this into existence. I gotta walk it. I gotta go get
Yep.
that.
Get it.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's a difference. But it's a major difference in that. But yeah, it's just that's why, me, I kind of keep those type of things hidden because, first of all, I don't really want nobody to know what I'm about to start, but they will see the finish. I'm gonna use that in that in that sentence there because people will try to play on your downfall with that, or prey on your downfall for that reason, and if not,
Not hey,
or take your ideas
they ain't
and
even
run
gotta
with it.
yeah, they ain't even gotta pray it though. Like
Where they do that at?
I don't think a lot of people throw mental out into space, out into the universe. You know what I mean? They be like, oh man,
Mm-hmm.
well, if they doing that, and you know what I mean? Because people
Mm-hmm.
compare a lot. Like
Yeah.
people
Compete.
that's why I say I'm grateful for this time that I get to spend with myself and alone, because I get to
Yeah.
actually learn how to be happy in me and
Mm-hmm.
what is going to make me happy. You got me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people will
Yes.
be like, yo, dog, like people ain't happy out here. And it's obvious. That's why a lot of people out here killing people constantly. People ain't
What's
happy.
that? Sorry to cut you off, but what's that line? I ain't gonna say it, but happy. Hey man, was it happy or what is it?
You got to say that. I don't know what that is.
Happy O's or some be hating. I know what you know what I'm talking about.
Not, I don't, bro. I don't be knowing.
Hating. Dang, darn it.
But
Ah,
nah, look, bro.
oh, wait. It's this is hating. O's woes ain't happy, and happy ain't hating.
Now
If
look,
that
hey,
makes sense.
I'll point it out this way. That way people understand and people just see where I'm at. Bro, you do not know how happy it make me see, like whenever I see like people start businesses, whether it's apparel, warm, and I'll be like, yo, dog, I gotta at least get a piece. I gotta get a piece to where like it starts to be like, dog, it's so many people out here doing it. I gotta at least get one thing from these people.
Yeah.
Just to support, because I like when you're not doing and you sit here like, yo, I can do that, but you not gonna do it, and you living in fear.
Yeah.
You hate seeing the person do it. You hate seeing the person do it because you like, I can do this better. But it's not that it's not that you hating the person for really doing it. You hating yourself for not doing it. The whole time you mentally tearing them down. Yeah. Because like before I started streaming XYZ, I'd be like, yo, dog, like I could do this. And I would see somebody like doing a business. I'm like, oh, all right, they started a business, like, whoa. And I'd be happy for it. And I'd be like, yeah, they stepped out there, did that. Yeah. And then I'd be like, yo, dog, why can't you do, like, why ain't you stepping out there? And not realizing it, like, yo, dog, you living in fear. And like, I'd be like, oh, I wonder if they doing X, Y, and Z, like throwing shade mentally. You got what I mean? I wonder if they doing X, Y, Z this way. And then I started to understand what that looked like versus Rose. When I'm out here, I'm doing it. I'm trying to gain traction. And you get to see like through their thing, like, yeah, they out here doing it. But you don't know what they're doing behind closed doors, to where you shouldn't really even think about what they may and may not be doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. As long as they doing it, that's the part.
Hey, just support or get out of there. One of the two.
Yeah, support or move away. That's why I say when I was talking about support, I had to step back, because the things that I was stepping out of fear on and people didn't really support me, which I really don't. I don't care, because even when you don't support me, you still see me though. So what I'm saying on that part is, it's like
get the gunshot, pow,
pow, shots fired. So, but no, I'm just saying, it's just at the same token, like, forget what anybody got to say these days, because if you riding with me, if you supporting me, if you throwing me, little things and I'm throwing you things, that's why I said I stopped. I even stopped, because when people don't ask me for my whatever tips, advice, whatever, I stopped giving them away freely.
Hey, hold on.
When I give them away freely, it's a whole different story.
Hey, time out. Back to these black businesses, especially when I know people and I see they grind, right? It be hurting me when I be like, yo, dog, I really want to get this piece, in which I had to slow myself down from telling people I'm gonna get their stuff, because I'll be like, yo, dog, it's just so many people out here. I don't know if I could get to
support them all. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I was like, it's so many people that I want to support. Not so much even want to support. I just support at my best. That's the people that I'm still supporting.
Cause that's your bet. Nah.
No, they stop. But yeah, it's just like, that's gonna be a whole nother topic, which will be good too. But like I say again, from all that talk right there, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna keep stepping out.
Yeah, here. Nah. It ran off on a tangent, but I know how I'm gonna shape it, and I know where I'm gonna shape it. All the things that we said, like, excuse me, you're fine. Like, it's just a lot to come. A lot. We're gonna get real transparent, and we're gonna get real clear on here this year.
Yeah, it's time to be. It's time to be so clear. It's time to be so expressive. It's time for all that.
Yeah,
but at the same time, we're just warming y'all up. It's cold outside, so we got to warm y'all up to know. And then we're gonna really, really reintroduce ourselves as a person. That's what we're gonna do, because I don't think the people know who we is.
Can I come in? Can I come in like Hove and be like, allow me to reintroduce myself? Nah, but
my name. Wait a minute. Why the mic got to be the cup? What's that? The mic? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my mic.
I thought it was a cup. I was about to say, but no. But that's just, like I said again, that's just gonna be the whole thing, and just we about to stop. Not so much hiding who we are, but just we about to be who we be.
I am happy that you did a half bowl today. Can I say?
You don't know that bowl.
Give it to me. What you say?
What you say? Give it to me.
Because dog, that first hookah you had
Oh
did
my
on
God.
here.
I don't know where I was at that time. Like I don't know what dropped in there or something, but no. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell that, I'm trying to get better at it. And
She
I
over here,
applaud you.
you shimmying, do the shimmy challenge.
I applaud you for, I applaud you for even giving me the space and opportunity to even be a part. Like I say again, I'm your biggest supporter. Well, one of your biggest supporters, because you got other supporters. So we'll call y'all out later on in the pods to come. But
yeah, y'all gotta show yourself. That way I can give y'all some clout.
Y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying? So, but I just, gratitude to you. And
like I said, book
right.
coming 2023, y'all. I'm gonna push her to get her book out.
Give it to me.
But nah, so what, before we end, let me do it like this. Mm-hmm. What is one thing? Give me one thing that you would like to see grow within yourself on this podcast, for one, mm-hmm. through this year. And then what is one place that you either have in mind, or it may come after this. You may pop out after this and really know. That you, what is one place in your life that you want to conquer? Let me do it like that.
Well, within this, I would like to see, basically, with me still continuously growing, I would just like people to, so much for the people. I'm really not a people person, but I still care for the people as a whole. I just want just people to grow and to know that what they are really wanting out here, it can be so accessible. Meaning it don't, how am I going to put this? Like, what I want to grow is just, I want the pod to grow. That's just number one. And number two, I just know that, what I want to accomplish is just me putting myself all the way out here for just the world to see, because I got so much. Like, I might come off as like sounding so off key, but I got so much to offer, to people, because I'm really a helpful person.
Hold on, time out. Was that a play on names for you, off key? Because you quiche every day.
Quiche every day.
Nah,
but yeah, that's what I was like. I just want to be able to show the world the real me, because I don't, people know, like, oh, okay, yeah, the gaslighters. But as far as really what I'm about, like really what I'm about, so, and how much it took for me to get here, and then still going and growing. I just want to, show people that, yeah, whatever you're going through, whatever you having a challenge with, just start with yourself and keep growing, keep healing yourself so you can probably help and heal others. And yeah, it's just so much. I don't even want to get to babbling and all that. But yeah, I just hope the people grow as a whole with me. Mm-hmm. If you're not growing with me, then grow away from me. And
that's a big one. That's a huge one.
Yeah. But I'm not going to tell you all my accomplishments. They just going to be to see. They going to be coming. They going to be coming to a town near you. Mm-hmm. And you. For real. As I grow younger.
But all right, y'all. Hey, you want to hear something funny?
What?
You had said something, and it had just triggered my thoughts, and I was like, "Ooh, this is how I'm gonna sign out. This is how I'm gonna end it." So, anyways, this is what I was like, this has been the M to the O to the the Morethan Podcast, though. Mm-hmm. So we'll see y'all next Saturday. Anywhere between, we just gonna call it 11:30. We gonna be on every Saturday 11:30 in the morning. 11:30. That's our schedule. 11:30. I would appreciate if y'all come back out.
Yeah.
Share, like, subscribe if you new. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I hope to see y'all next week.
Yeah. Peace.
There we go. There we go. Now I got to end both of these different things.
Give it to me.